Hola, estudiantes. So welcome. This is video number 3. You should be watching this in order. The first video was the introductory video. The second video was what to purchase, what Supersite to purchase. And this third video is setting up your Supersite account and grace period. So this is actually the last, there'll be one more video on instructions on doing activities. So you want to get familiar with VHL. That's what you're gonna log into. There is on the Blackboard page a direct link to it, right? So you can click on that. But for if you're just in a web search, you can type in VHL, and that's always Vista Higher Learning. You would click on that. You would just click on login. And I'm going to use the information that I used in the last video to log in as the sample student. So that would be the email, and then whatever email you used, right? And then your password. Make sure you know what your password is, store it somewhere. And then you would click on login. So here it asks you immediately if you have a code to redeem. If you don't yet have a code to redeem, you would just say cancel. Okay. If you do, you would put that code in. If you've already purchased it, you would. But if you're just getting your account set up and you haven't actually purchased the code yet, or it hasn't arrived or whatever, like I said, you would just press cancel. And that gives you two options here: to redeem a code or to enroll in a course. So we're going to enroll in a course. So you click on that. Now, this opened up here because it already remembered me from previous time, but chances are this would come up. Okay, so it says you would need to search for the school. So in here, if you put in Bronx Community College and then click on search, it'll show you 3 options. We don't want host us, we don't want the CPS, it would be this first one. Okay, so you click on that and say select, and then we give you 2 different textbooks. We are using Vistas, okay, so not Promenades. So you would click here on Vistas, and then here it will give you a whole list of teachers or class sections to enroll in. This is quite small now because it's early, but there will be many more closer to the start of the semester, whatever semester it is. So again, this video is applicable to Spanish 111 as well as Spanish 112. So if I were teaching a Spanish 111 class there, you would look for my name, Viner, and then you'd find the appropriate class and enroll in it. But since I only have the one class right now, the asynchronous class for spring 2022, you would click there, right? And it tells you here, you will be prompted to enter a code on the code redemption page. And if you do not have purchased a code, visit our store. So again, you could go there, and then we would scroll down here and we would say down here and say enroll. Okay. And it tells you you have successfully enrolled in this class, but now you need to purchase the code, right? Because if I click on this, it's going to say, oh, you don't have access yet. You don't have access yet. However, there is, like I explained before, there is something called a grace period. So by virtue of you enrolling in the class and not putting in a code yet, I get informed that there's a student who is enrolled in the class who doesn't have a code yet. So can I give them grace period? So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So here's my page. If I refresh the screen, it's going to tell me, look, I have one student and an exclamation point next to it. That tells me that something's up. And it's sample student. So if I click over here, I see, sample student needs access. So I can click here where it says this isn't applicable to you. I'm just showing you the process from my end. Okay, so I would click on that, and I would give you a grace period. Remember, it's only for 2 weeks. The good thing is it remembers all of your work. So even if those two weeks lapse and you don't get a code for say another 2 days, as soon as you plug in the code, you can pick right up from where you started. All right. But you want to get that within the 2 weeks because this is where we do all of the work. So it's you need to get that going. But the idea here is that you have access so you don't fall behind, because 2 weeks, a lot of work happens in 2 weeks. Okay. So I just added grace period to the student, sample student, because they didn't yet enter a Supersite code. So if we go back here to by sample student, and if we go cancel, we can see here that now I have access for 14 days. You see it there? It says access expires in 14 days. So now I'm up and ready. I can click on here and I can start doing activities. Okay. I'm not going to go over the activities bit just yet. That's in the next video. So this video was just on setting up your account and getting either putting your code in or getting the grace period. All right. So that's it for this video. Nice and short. Again, the last thing I'll say is just make sure you use an email that you know and a password that you know, and write that information down somewhere, or send yourself an email with the information. Okay, that's it for now. Gracias.